Alright, so we are getting into video number 8 here, and this video is on strategic entry point. Now, what does strategic entry point mean? This is another basically phrase that I use for the hook. And the reason that I use the phrase strategic entry point is because that helps me to understand basically the importance of the hook and kind of how to structure creating it in my mind. So let's get into some details here on exactly what the strategic entry point is and the importance of it. So your message doesn't fight other offers, it fights for space in a distracted, overstimulated mind. Most people don't walk around thinking about your solution. They're caught in subconscious loops of stress, frustration, desire, resistance, all swirling beneath the surface. And so we've spent a few videos in the past here trying to get a good understanding of the subconscious loops, the stress, the frustration, desire, the resistance of specifically our ICPs so that we could speak to them with our ads. So when it comes to the strategic entry point, your message doesn't fight other offers, it fights for space in the distracted, overstimulated mind. Most people don't walk around thinking about your solution. They're caught in subconscious loops of stress, frustration, desire, resistance, all swirling beneath the surface. And these subconscious loops, we went into detail trying to understand specifically for our ICP in the last few videos. The strategic entry point is the exact moment your message sparks conscious awareness. That's important. When what they usually feel becomes something that they notice. That's the real entry. It's not just what you say, it's saying the right thing in the right way at the exact moment it cuts through and again gets noticed. You're noticing a common theme here. When you hit consciousness, your message is going to get noticed. We need your message to get noticed in order for your ad to end up converting any type of prospect. So your job is to engineer that moment, to deliver a message strong, relevant, and emotionally precise enough to break through the subconscious noise and register as, wait, this is about me. That's when desire is activated, that's when your message lands, and that's when demand can begin for your offer. And again, no attention means no message, no desire, and no sale. Everything starts with attention. Okay, so if you don't catch attention first, nothing else matters. Your offer could be perfect, but it won't exist in their world if their brain goes ahead and scrolls past it. There are two critical factors that are going to be determining whether your message can reach the conscious mind of your ICP. The first one here is the stage of awareness, and the second one here is the media channel. And so when we went through stages of awareness, we noticed that the less aware someone is, the more indirect your approach must be at catching their attention and getting them interested in your offer. High levels of awareness means high conscious desire intensity, and you can speak directly to them with what they want. If they have low awareness, low conscious desire intensity, you must build desire subtly or hook curiosity first. And so basically what we're talking about here is if we're sitting at maybe stage 1 up to stage 2 of levels of awareness. Stage 1 here, we will definitely need to catch their attention. We can't basically just speak to exactly what they want. It's not going to work. Right? So stage 1 again, stage 2, these two stages here are going to be needing an extra bump when it comes to getting attention to be able to convert these types of people and these types of people that are in lower stages of awareness. Now, the other thing here is the media channel, and this is important as well because there's a lot of different media channels that we have out there, and each media channel is different. So we can advertise on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, email, etc. You can imagine the amount of difficulty to try to catch someone's attention on Instagram, for example, versus trying to catch someone's attention on email. It's a very different situation. On platforms that have a lot of competition that shifts the bar for what's scroll stopping or worth watching, those ones can be a little bit more difficult to advertise on. You're going to need to bump up and use some strategies here to catch people's attention. And so you might have a great offer that satisfies a deep desire, but if your message isn't triggering the desire in the first few seconds, you are invisible. Now, what we're going to use to combat some of these things here, whether you are at maybe a low stage of awareness or you are using a media channel that is a bit harder to catch attention, we can go ahead and use something called the attention framework. And so what this is here is this is a short breakdown that we can use in this framework that will be quick to cover, that is going to help us to tactically create ads by catching people's attention with the hook. And so I can go ahead and go into more detail. I can add more steps to this as well, but I think that this is going to be good for basically just getting something that we can go ahead and use when it comes to building out hooks. So the attention framework here helps you to craft ad hooks that actually get noticed by matching what your prospect feels with how you deliver the message. It works in 2 steps. The first one is choosing the strategic angle. The second one is wrapping it up in a hook mechanic. These 2 steps we're going to be going into in the next video, which is going to allow us to start creating ads. You'll see some examples of ads that we can come up with using this framework. And so that's going to be an important video, and I'll see you in that one over there.